Hello everyone! Welcome to Flatline Gaming. I'm Alec, and this has nothing to do with anything besides how excited I am about the high-res pack. Now, let me demonstrate a few things that the high-res pack has done. As you can already see, my gun has tons of detail. Now, I'm running the game on Ultra currently, with the high-res pack and a 980 Ti. So, they recommend a 1080. I haven't noticed a lot of frame drops, actually, so I don't know if you need a 1080. They still recommend it. But the textures are absolutely phenomenal. Like, look at this. Look at that. The detail. And then look at my dot scope now. I mean, that did not have that kind of detail before. I mean, the gun has always had a really nice detail. You could always read the fusion battery only on that scope. But, I mean, just the little details. Now, this doesn't apply to everything. So you can see, like, just the small stuff. Everything has gotten tons and tons of detail. The little knit cozy thing for the lamp. Let's see, what else have we got here? There was something that really blew me away, is now you can read the actual labels on the radio. Look at that. You can read everything. Look at the texture on the frickin' camera. That's intense. I mean, like, Bethesda did a fantastic job with this texture mod because they didn't kill the game with the textures. Now, I was expecting huge frame drops, but look at this. I mean, everything is clean, and I'm recording this with software, so I mean, I'm losing CPU power while doing this, and I'm still getting like 50 FPS, which is really impressive considering. Look at that! Oh! I mean, the one thing I'm a little bit disappointed is now you can read the newspaper and see that it's just placeholder text. But, I mean, not a big deal. I mean, just the amount of detail. Look at him. Look at those eyes. When did you get so pretty? I mean, I can't see myself in his reflection, but look at those textures. Damn. Here's one that's really interesting to me. Look at these labels. I know this is all like stupid shit, like, but the immersion is intense with this now. I mean, everything, you can read everything. It's not like it's jumbled up text. I'm going to have to at some point uninstall the 54 gigs that this was to download, just to do like some sort of comparison. But wow. Wow. I mean, look at oh. Maybe this was all here before and I just didn't notice. And it's like a placebo effect. I'm not even sure. Maybe this was all this pretty before, but like, look at the quality of the American flag. Like, I know it's not the true American flag because it's, you know, whatever. I don't care. This game isn't supposed to be America as it is, but it's an American flag, so. Okay, the guy on the TV doesn't have any better resolution, but look at the television. Look at the knitting in the chair. Wow! I'm getting blown away by a bunch of stupid shit. But it's just, for me, it's awesome because my 980 Ti is running this. I mean, that doesn't look that great, but I don't think some of the stuff that in the game they did not touch, like the vehicles, it's pretty obvious. A lot of them did not get touch-ups. The Vault Tech guy, I've been here before. I stole his suit because I wanted it clean. So now I have it, but yeah, like, yeah, not all the textures are touched up. And that's okay. because it probably makes the game more stable. Oh, I need to show you guys this. I just thought of something that I totally missed. You guys know the teddy bears in the game? Alright, this texture mod makes the teddy bears so detailed. Look at this. Alright, let me zoom in. I gotta give it a second to render. That's like what it typically looks like, right? Give it a second to render in. I left the room, so everything unrendered. You can see the rug just rendered in. Now that is a problem because the textures are so big. It actually, I think I need to put this on my solid state drive. Because the textures take a while. You can already see the textures starting to kick in. Like, look at the detail that's popping on that bear. But, like, just little stuff. Now, if you're running around, you're probably never going to notice, because on a typical hard drive, it's going to take forever for these textures to render. Like, look at that now. When I came in here, it looked like a potato. Now it's rendered in, and now it looks like a fluffy teddy bear. And you can see all the stitching and stuff. I mean, it's just the little things, and I think that's how they really get this game to be stable. Is the textures aren't just like bam, instantly there. I mean, they take a second to render in, especially on a slower hard drive. I mean, I'm running this off of a 7500 RPM Black Caviar, so this isn't exactly the king of speed. But I imagine if you put this on a solid state drive, you'd have things render in much, considerably faster. I don't know if everything has gotten a texture upgrade. Like I said, it seems like some of the stuff they haven't touched, which I'm okay with. Because not everything needs to have these fine textures. I mean, yeah, if your system can handle it, but I doubt everything can handle super fine details. But wow, they've outdone themselves. It's really cool that they released this high resolution texture pack, because it really adds probably another several years to the game. I mean, it looks great. Also, here's a vertibird clipping into the ground. I don't even think it's, I think I can, oh, I can't walk through it, but I'm in it. If you've ever come back here through the COC command, things look pretty damn silly. This doesn't even have a plaque on it. It's there. And if you go this way, there's just nothing. But I came back here because I wanted to see what they had done to the textures of the old Sanctuary. Now, easiest way to get out of here is like just meh. Fuck. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll just load in, I guess. Yeah. Okay, now here's where I notice frame drops, but this isn't the game's fault. I actually glitched out my Sanctuary so I could have more objects than what are allowed. So this is 100% my fault. Also, the load times are going to be an issue if you have a hard drive that it's going to be on. I highly recommend, if you're going to do the texture mod, getting a solid state drive, as I will now demonstrate the load time that is going to happen to you every time. You notice that the item hasn't even loaded in yet, and that's because the textures haven't loaded. When they say high res textures, they are not joking around. And 54 gigs of textures really takes a toll on your load times. So my recommendation to you is download the texture packs onto a solid there it is, onto a solid state, as well as the game. I mean, I can't remember how to zoom in. Yeah, there we go. I mean, look at the textures on this. Look at those textures. But wow, this game has some pretty intense textures with this. I'm not gonna call it a mod because it's not a mod, it's a pack. Now, I mean, if it were a mod, it wouldn't be from Bethesda, but these are Bethesda's textures uncompressed. So yeah, there was the load time, and once again you can see this is probably what it looks like originally in the game. I imagine it looks something like this, but you can see the textures starting to render in slowly. Not too shabby. I mean, it's just little things. I mean, it's not gonna make your gaming experience mind-blowing. I mean, it's not gonna change the gameplay or anything. I mean, it's gonna maybe make the immersion a little bit more. I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool. It's gonna make the immersion maybe a little bit more present, but you're not gonna shit yourself. Let's see if these render in. You remember what they looked like in the pre-war version. And of course, yeah, this is going to be the one hard thing for this game now, is things take a while to render in. I mean, you're not going to instantly notice the textures unless you do have a solid state. I can't emphasize that enough. Like, a solid state is going to help you a lot. It doesn't look like these have rendered in yet. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I mean, if you really enjoy being able to read everything, and you know, a lot of this is probably going to be nonsensical text. Actually, no, that's all child care, cleaning, comforting. Okay, so I mean, yeah, if you enjoy reading through this material, there we go, it's starting to render in. You're going to enjoy having this free add-on, but you're going to need a little bit of rendering power, probably like a 980 Ti minimum. The 980 Ti doesn't do too bad, but, and once again, like I said, this low frame rate is because of just the amount of shit that's in here. I mean, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. I mean, somewhere.
Huh?
Huh? There's too much going on here. I actually had Liberty Prime, and I had to get rid of him because it was just, there was just too much going on here.
You know what? Since we talked,
Textures.
sweat. Look at the two of us here in Sanctuary.
Prepare for the future.
Better find some
But yeah.
more and soon.
Alright, I think that's pretty much all for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Holy shit. All the death claws stuck are making a ton of noise, but thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you end up enjoying this pack just as much as I did. And, yep, take it easy.